everybody, welcome back to ML's Plans. It's ML here, and today we are going to be planning in my budget planner for November. I have two parts to this video for you. The first part is going to be a screen recording of my laptop, kind of showing you where I base my budget off of. So I use Google Sheets to do some tracking and quick math essentially, and I copy those over each month. And we're going to start with that. Okay, so here is my Google Sheets budget. What I do is I just make a new copy of whatever I used for the previous month. So here I am just updating it to November and then making that copy. From there, I kind of rechange the title to be the new month, and then I update the dates for when I'm expecting paychecks, and I adjust some of the colors as well. Here I'm deleting my haircut because I won't be getting a haircut this month. It's just something I do a couple times a year. So that will be a decent amount of money I have to play with. What's helpful for me in using a paper budget and an Excel or Google Sheets version is that my day-to-day spending I'm tracking and writing down. And then here I'm able to have like a pretty accurate, up-to-date, where am I at with my budget. So I think that's really helpful. For November, I am going to contribute more towards my Christmas savings than previous months just to hit my goal. So instead of 200, I'm changing that to 400. And then, like I said, I'm removing my haircut there. So because I had to remove a couple cells, I have to update the formula to make sure that it's all going to automatically reduce the like the subtraction for whenever I add in an expense. So in November, I'm going to be paying for part of my October Kansas trip, so I'm just updating that to my travel savings. And then I'm playing a little bit. So what I like about doing a online version of my budget is it is really quick when I'm trying to figure out how much money I want to contribute to each of my categories. So I can kind of play with it and see, okay, if I'm going to have $200 in savings for my travel trip or my Kansas trip, my travel funds, then where do I need to pull back a little bit? What do I need to give up in order to still stay within my goals? So I think that's a really helpful way to do it this way, and also have a written version as well. Let's see, just updating a couple things here, figuring out what I'm going to contribute towards planner supplies. So I know I'm going to buy new planners for 2023, so setting some money aside here is going to be really helpful. Usually what I do is focus on the math first, and then I go back, and you'll see in the leftmost column, in column A, it is still the October dates. So then I go through and update with the November dates, but that's usually the last thing I do. And here I'm just going through and making sure that all my bills are reflected correctly, that I'm not forgetting anything for the month of November, and making sure that it matches what I am planning on spending for. Yeah, so this is just my quick little Google Sheets budget. You'll see I have an actual spending tab that I also use to track when I actually am spending my money on. You know, you have your budget of what you intend to spend your money, and then you also have, you know, where does that money actually go? And if there's any differences, it's really important to note that and have that written down somewhere. And then it looks like I have about $25 left, so I am putting that towards my beauty sinking fund, which will be great. I'm sure I'm going to need, you know, mascara or shampoo at some point throughout this month. And with that, that's my entire expected breakdown of my paycheck for this month. Okay, so now you kind of see how I copy things over from last month's budget, so October, and kind of adjust things based off of what I know I need for November. So now we're going to do what we've been doing in these videos, which is looking at the breakdown of what I have for expenses and figuring out which paycheck they're going to come out of. So I need to look back at October really quick. So I'm going to get paid on the 28th of October, and I'm going to count this paycheck for November. So I'm going to then get paid on the 11th, and the 25th, I will count that towards my December budget. So this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to just take some notebook paper, scrap paper, whatever you want to call it, to start taking some notes. So we're going to do first, and let me zoom in so you can see a little bit closer. And I'm going to set my planner to the side. Great. So first paycheck, and so that is going to be on 10/28, and then second paycheck will be on 11/11. And my total expected income is $2,833. I'm going to pull up my calculator app. So that's like super zoomed in. So 2,833 divided by 2. So about 16.50 per paycheck. Usually my first paycheck of the month is 14.17, and my second paycheck is 14.15. Now that I've been tracking my budget, I've come to notice that. So what's been happening is I have to like adjust my paycheck by $1 each month, because I usually do 14.17 twice. It's a whole thing. So this month I'm making sure I'm paying attention a little bit more closely. So sorry, I'm just trying to make sure everything is in focus for you. Great. I apologize for this glare you're going to get from my ring light, but at this time, this is the calculator I have. So I also have my computer just right to the right. I'm actually going to flip these so I can see my expenses easily. So I am going to have a couple big expenses right off the bat. So I do want my car to come out of my first paycheck. So car 236.19. So that's going to be 14.16. Oops. 50 minus 236.19. And then I want $200 for my traveling expense. I'm going on a trip as soon as I get this paycheck, essentially. So I want to make sure I have money for that. And then I also need to, I'm going to pay more towards my Christmas sinking fund this month than I have in previous months. So on, let's just say 11/1 Xmas, I'm going to put $200 towards that. So I'm hoping to contribute $400 total for Christmas this entire month of September. So I'm just marking things off on my spreadsheet as I go. And my travel. So from there, there's a few things I do weekly. So I need my groceries. I'm going to be back on Halloween, essentially. So groceries, $200. Weekly spend. Is going to be 50. see. I'm looking at when things are due. I have about $500. Oh, let's do 1031. Fun will be $50. Let's do towards my medical savings 50. So we're still at 430, which is good. I'm so sorry if you hear some background noise. They're like riding dirt bikes outside because of course they are. This is just like where I live in the middle of nowhere. I do need to get my car inspected. So let's do car maintenance. I'm contributing 50. Yeah, 50. Everything is like $50. And then, oh, I usually do half of my rent. So that will be close. So half of my rent. So I'm just going to make a note that I'm at 380, 31. Oh, I can just look. No, I can't. So 747.50 is what I pay total divided by 2. So 1031 half rent 373.75. So we were at 380.31 minus 373.75 leaves us with $6. I don't have any expenses that are $6, so what I'm going to do is contribute this amount towards my overall savings. So 656, and that means I still need to contribute like about $93. So that's fine. I'm just going to total these up again and make sure they equal 1650. 18 plus 200 plus 200, 200, 50, 50, 50, 50. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 50s. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 373, 75 plus 6, 56. 14, 16, 50. Great. So on the other side, for my second paycheck, I'm going to have this be like 11. I need to do the other half of my rent. So half rent is 373.75. And then my bigger bills. So insurance is going to be 95. Electric should be around 50. 11, 17, Planet Fitness, 23, 17, my Apple Cloud, 299. Amazon is 14, 11, 19. I have Hulu and Spotify, $9.99. So the other half of my Christmas savings, 200. I have my therapy copays. So I'll have 2 days of therapy, groceries, 11, 200. And then fun, 50. 11, weekly spending 50, gas for my car 75, FSI 55, that's like my heating. It's gonna be colder, so our heater, we finally like switched on the heaters. So I'm just preparing for that. And then I'm gonna contribute some money. I need to buy a couple new planners for 2023. So $30, miscellaneous 29, my beauty sinking fund 25, and then I need to subtract 99, 28 minus 656. So savings 92, 72. So let's hope all of these equal 14, 16, 50. So 373.50 plus 95 plus 50, 2306, 299, 1499, 999, 200, 40, 200, 50, 50, 75, 55, 30, 29, 25, and moment of truth 92, 72, 14, 16, 25. How am I missing 25 cents? I'm looking at 25 cents. Where could that have gone? Let's do it one more time. 373.75. Okay, that time 14, 16, 50. So I maybe instead of 373.75, that first time I did 373.50. Yeah, so the big differences in my November budget from my October budget are that I got my hair done in October, so that was like $200 focused on beauty. This month, I'm contributing the same amount towards my travel, but I increased the amount I'm contributing towards my Christmas sinking fund, right, as I'm getting closer to Christmas. If I can contribute more than $400 this month, that would be really helpful. What will happen is if I have any remaining travel money, that's going to go straight to Christmas. If I have any remaining like miscellaneous money, that's going to go straight to Christmas. Things like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I still need to decorate my planner for November. I haven't yet. It's like the middle of October right now. But this is really helpful for me as I think about what cash do I want to take out for my cash envelopes, and just having peace of mind, right? That when I go to pay my large bills, I know the money's there. Yeah, I really this year wanted to budget. It was one of my really big goals, and I think I have finally gotten down a system that works for me. I don't feel stressed I just feel like really on top of where my money is, what I'm contributing it towards, and kind of thinking more holistically about my larger goals, right? So I know every year I spend a lot of money on Christmas, right? And that's one big goal. So I'm really looking forward in 2023 to be planning ahead for Christmas, like starting January and not waiting until September to start thinking about, oh, like what money can I set aside for Christmas? Um, yeah. So what I'm going to do with these notes is just put them right here. I do need to go in and write all of these down into the categories in the planner. Since I also use Google Sheets, I already have this kind of broken down and I copy it not week to week, month to month. So I know how much I spend on housing, how much I'm anticipating for utilities. And it's quicker for me to figure out what I have remaining when I use Google Sheets rather than having to do the math on here. So that is what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know where you're at with your budget for this year. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Just leave a comment, send me a direct message. I am happy to help and talk about budgeting with you. Take care. Bye.